Hey guys, welcome to Elli-May Smoke Barbecue. Today we're going to be smoking a slab of salmon, and this salmon's probably, I don't know, 2 pounds or so, 2.5 pounds. And we've already brined it. What we did was we made a solution. It's a dry brine, 1 cup of kosher salt, 1/2 cup of sugar, and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now we use light brown sugar in ours. You can use dark brown sugar. It's whatever trips your trigger. They both work the same. We only brine it for about 4 hours. Now typically I would want it brining for at least 12 hours, no more than 24 hours, but we don't have that kind of time today, so we just went with 4 hours. We rinsed it off and we let it sit in the fridge and kind of air dry for a while. And you can kind of see it kind of has a shiny little sheen to it. It's really, really tacky, and the rub's going to stick to that very, very well. And I believe in the salmon world we call that a pellicle coating. Today, the rub we're going to be using is a commercial rub, Chef Paul Perdone's Magic Herbs and Spices Creole seasoning. As you can see now, this is no way in any shape or form a sponsored video, but we are going to have Creole smoked salmon today, and we're going to use a drum smoker, and we're going to use cherry wood with some Royal Oak lump coal. And we're going to run the smoker about 275 degrees or so. Now I've made this little makeshift tray type sheet thing out of foil that we're going to set the salmon on when we put it in the smoker, just to keep it off the grates. And then we're looking at maybe 30 minutes. I would say no more than 45 minutes before this thing's finished. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing all seasoned up, and then as the smoker's warming up. So basically it's going to give a nice coating. And when you do these things, brine the fish, you really want to make sure you rinse it off really, really good to get all that salt off, because there's quite a bit of salt in one of these, and you don't want it to be overpowering with salt. So pat that in a little bit, and this is a saltwater Atlantic salmon, so it's going to be salty to begin with. Nice little liberal coat there. We'll flip it over, and we're going to put this what we call vein side down. You can kind of see, I probably should have showed you before I put seasoning on, but you can kind of see the dark vein through that. We're going to put that face down when we smoke it. So just give this a nice coating. I've never used this on salmon before, so it's going to be interesting to see how this comes out. Really, really simple. Kind of pat that in there. Got all edges nice and coated. So then we're going to transfer this piece of salmon, over to our makeshift tray of foil, and then we'll get it put on the smoker. So there you have it, real simple. You know, I didn't really show much with the brine's pretty simple. A cup of kosher salt, 1/2 cup of sugar, and a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar is what we used. This was a 4-hour brine. I recommend at least a minimum of 12. 24 would be great if you have that kind of time, but today we just don't. So there you have it. There's the salmon, nice and seasoned. So we are going to go outside, get the smoker fired up, get it up to around 275 or so, throw this thing on, and we're looking to get it done in probably 30 to 45 minutes. So we'll get it put on, we'll get it going, when we check it, we'll bring you back, we'll see what it looks like, how it's doing, and then go from there. So until then, everybody stay safe. All right, there it is, guys. About 30 minutes into the cook, and we're looking at about 138-ish degrees. Our temperature that we're looking for is 145 degrees. And you can see it's got some great color to it, man. It really smells fantastic. So about another 15 minutes we should be good to go. So for now we're going to get the lid closed back down on it and finish this cook, and then when we take it off, bring it inside, we'll bring you back and show you the finished product. So stay tuned, be safe. Here it is, finished product, Creole smoked salmon on the Oklahoma Joe's Bronco drum smoker. Took about 45 minutes. As you can see, the white juices come out. That's pretty much an indication that this thing is done. We took it to about 145 degrees. I think we actually pulled it at 147 degrees. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to cut into it and see what we got going on. But you can see this is kind of how it flakes. I don't want to rip it apart because we're going to eat it, but it flakes like that. So we're just going to go ahead and pull off a piece off the end here and try it. And you can just see the juices, and you see how this flakes. Awesome. So we'll just take this little piece and see what we got going on. Here we go. Really, really moist. Great texture. The rub really, really brings out the flavor. A little bit on the salty side, but it's really got a good flavor to it. Nice Creole flavor. So there you have it. I mean, you can see this thing just comes apart. You know, so we're gonna sit down and enjoy some salmon for dinner. I'm taking another piece. Stick that in my mouth. Man, it's good. Good stuff. And I think that putting it on the piece of foil kind of helped retain some of the moisture, some of the juices, so it can absorb back into the fish. Now, there's a lot of people that like to use the cedar planks when they do this stuff, and I've never used them before. I know they're big on grilling, so you know, if that trips your trigger, feel free to try that. You know, I have not done it yet, so who knows? Maybe one day I will. But this is really good. It's smoked with cherry wood, so it's got a very, very small, sweet touch of cherry wood smoke on it. And like I said, it took about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes on the drum smoker, and you know, that's it. So make sure you ring that bell, give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. So there you have it. We're gonna go ahead and sit down and eat now. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you soon.